going to lead Zimbabwe, but at the same time under the leadership of the colonial government. Are you together? So he decided to say that I no longer want to submit to the British government, but what I now want to take Zimbabwe as mine with its administration. After that one, Ian Smith was sanctioned by the British government. It means that Zimbabwe was not sanctioned in these early years. Are we together? It was sanctioned way back during the time of Smith. Zimbabwe was under the sanction of the British government because they failed to cope up with the British administration. Are we together? So UDI, it says that when Ian Smith took over from Winston Field as a leader of the Rhodesian Front Party in 1964, he strengthened the drive of independence from Britain. In the 1965 elections, confirmed Ian Smith as the Prime Minister of Rhodesia, and he soon declared his UDI in November 1965. So what happened? Ian Smith was elected in Britain to be the Prime Minister. Are we together? As a Prime Minister, he was going to head, or he was going to put Zimbabwe under his jurisdiction. But soon after he went into office in November 1965, he declared himself free. All together. So the British responded to UDI. We now want to start how did the British responded to the lateral declaration of independence by Ian Smith. All together. So what then happened is that it declared the Rhodesian actions void and commonwealth to suppress the revolution. Imposition of sanctions by Britain. Britain, after Ian Smith declared independence, it sanctioned him. So, cessation of all British aid to Rhodesia. It means that all the advantages in which the Rhodesian army, the Rhodesian forces, the British administration, in which they were benefiting, they were no longer given benefits. For example, trade tariffs and whatsoever, altogether. Then also end to export of arms and ammunition. It means that they were no longer given the mandate to export arms and ammunition from Britain to Zimbabwe. After that, restriction of purchase of Rhodesian tobacco. Rhodesian tobacco was no longer being purchased. Are we together? They were not allowed to export or to import. Use the trade relations were dismissed. Also, exhaustion of Rhodesia from sterling area. Those countries of the world whose currency is connected with the British money standards, they were not allowed to use their monetary values with that of Rhodesian government. Which means that the Rhodesian government, if their monetary value decreased, why? Because they were no longer having that British pound back up. Altogether. Then after that, besides stopping buying tobacco from Rhodesia, Britain also stopped buying sugar from Rhodesia. Altogether. The Ipo Valley state was already established. They were no longer buying sugar from Zimbabwe or from Rhodesia. The United Nations condemned the Rhodesian actions and called up for all member states to place a complete trade and oil embargo on Rhodesia. It means that Rhodesia was not allowed to trade oil with all these countries or with the European states. Above all, the United Nations Security Council required all member states not to recognize the illegal Smith regime. This is what they say. After that, many states are compiled with the declaration of sanctions, except South Africa, Mozambique, Portugal, and other neighboring countries. Also, many other countries, they wanted wide publicity condemning UDI privately, avoided the embargo. But e.g., United States continue to buy Rhodesian products, chrome, gold, sugar, and whatsoever. United States continued to trade with the Rhodesia by that time. Are we together? So this is what we call the UDI.